My hands wouldn't stop shaking when I texted Tony. Before I could explain, he called. His voice ice cold. "I don't want this. This wasn't part of the plan." Then he hung up, blocked me. Just like that, the man I trusted, the one who called me special, said I had trapped him. I grew up in Surulere. Inside our small home, I was a big deal. The only child of Mr. and Mrs. Ijike, both respected, devout Catholics. My parents were not rich, but we were comfortable. We had the basics: food on the table, a roof that didn't leak, and light most nights. No luxury, but no real lack either. They worked hard to give me a decent life. Everyone in church knew them. Front pew type. Rosary every evening. My mom could pray for 5 hours straight. Me? People always looked at me like I was the perfect child. Polite, obedient, the choir girl with the voice. Always in church. Always doing the right thing. Truth? I was tired. Tired of walking on eggshells. Tired of never being able to breathe without someone quoting a Bible verse at me. Then came Tony. Smooth talker. Older. Handsome. Divorced. He sold electronics and generators in Alaba International. I was on my way to my mom's shop that hot Wednesday afternoon. The sun was wicked, and I was dragging this big bag of fabric and supplies, my shoulders already sore. People passed, but no one offered help. Then he appeared. "Let me help you with that," he said, already lifting the bag off me like it weighed nothing. I wanted to say no, but I was too tired to be proud. He didn't just help. He opened his car door and said, "Hop in, I'll drop you off." I hesitated, but something about his calm confidence made me trust him. So I entered. The car smelled like mint and air freshener. He had soft music playing, the kind that made you forget Lagos noise. All the way to Lagos Island, he talked like we were old friends. Easy, charming, like he'd known me all my life. When we got to my mom's shop, he parked, carried the bag to the entrance, and smiled. "You don't deserve to carry weight like this. Someone like you should be spoiled." His laugh was warm. His words, deadly sweet. He told me I was different, that he saw the fire in me nobody else appreciated. And somehow, I believed him. I kept the relationship hidden, especially from my mother. God, if she had found out, but Tony made me feel seen, important, wanted, at least for a while. I had been seeing Tony for 8 months. Everything felt like a whirlwind. Gifts, calls, sweet promises. Then 1 month came and I didn't see my period. At first, I told myself maybe it was stress. School had been hectic. I was always tired. But then another month passed. Still nothing. By the 3rd month, my heart was racing more than my legs on the staircase. I bought a test kit at night, too scared to go during the day. When I got home, I locked the door and tried to calm myself. But I was shaking so much, I could barely pee straight. 2 red lines. Positive. I texted Tony, hands trembling. Before I could even explain, he called. His voice was cold. He didn't let me finish. He said, "I don't want any child. I have kids already. This wasn't part of the plan." Then he blocked me. Just like that. The man I trusted, the one who said I was special, said I had trapped him. I was alone, scared, and worst of all, still a student, still jobless, still dependent. When my parents found out, it was chaos. My mom fainted. My father didn't say a word for days, just sat on his plastic chair staring into space. He didn't even shout. That silence was louder than any slap. I stopped going to church. They removed me from the choir group chat. Even the girls I prayed with stopped replying my messages. My neighbors whispered, "Chorista Sonia don't carry belle. After all, her holier than thou." I thought of ending the pregnancy. One night, I wore slippers, walked to a place someone told me about. But as I stood there, I saw a little boy in my mind, reaching for me, calling me mommy. I turned back, ran home in tears. I knew then I would keep this child, even if the whole world turned against me. Labor was hell. No epidural, no money for a private hospital. Just me, a torn wrapper, and a nurse who kept shouting, "Push, push." But then, I had a cry. My boy had arrived. His skin wrinkled, his eyes closed, but he was mine. I named him David, beloved, because even if no one else loved him, I would. When my father finally held him, he didn't say a word, but I saw a tear roll down his cheek. He would become the male child my father never had. He was no longer just my son. He was our legacy. But legacy doesn't feed a baby. After I gave birth to David, I went back to school. It was my final year, and it wasn't easy at all. When I finally graduated, I thought things would get better, but nothing prepared me for the silence that followed. No NYSC call-up, no job, just rejection emails and broken promises. I was tired of waiting for NYSC, so I used my leftover savings and joined a small fashion school in Yaba. That's how I started learning to sew, cutting Ankara on a wooden table in a room. David was growing fast, too fast. He would ask deep questions, fix broken toys with thread, and hug me when I looked sad. Even as a toddler, he had this calm wisdom, like he came into this world to make mine better. Sometimes, I'd cry at night while he slept beside me because I didn't know how long I could keep holding on. Then, I met Nelson. He was calm, educated, worked with a tech firm on the island. He said I had a peaceful spirit. I laughed. If only he knew the war I was fighting inside. He was different. No pressure, no expectations. I liked him, so we started dating. But I never told him about David. I didn't know how. Would he understand? Would he leave? So I stayed silent. One Saturday morning, he said, "Babe, can we visit my auntie? She raised me after my mom passed. She's in Ikorodu." I hesitated. Something inside me paused, but I smiled and said, "Okay." We took the long trip. We got there. Nice compound, flowers everywhere, children playing football in the corner. His auntie came out. She hugged me, welcomed me like a daughter. Then the door behind her opened, and I saw him. Tony. The man who rejected my child. The man who said I trapped him. The man who disappeared. He stepped out, holding a drink, laughing. Then he froze when he saw me. I froze too. Nelson turned to me. Sonia, meet my uncle, Uncle Femi. I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't even fake a smile. My past had just walked into my present, and he was family to the man I was falling in love with. In that moment, everything I tried to bury came crashing to the surface, and I knew nothing was ever going to be the same again.